thing in the box besides these leather laces, were these wax laces that, I mean, I could have used on this because it's a slightly dressier boot, but I think the contrast is just goes with the natural sole, the black, and yeah, it just works having leather laces. We got this little tag here that I've seen in other videos, but the Division Road ones, they didn't have that tag. I don't know if I got to return one or if they just didn't come with it. So yeah, the MP, this was $625 US plus shipping, which is probably like another $25. So basically a $650 boot. And the traditional MP on the MP last, it has a hand weld. It's actually hand welted along here, whereas this is a stitch down, so it's more machine work rather than hand work. So the regular MPs with the hand weld are $700 to $720, whereas this, so it's like, you know, $100 less for that one factor. Well, there's a couple factors that make this a CMP rather than an MP. So the hand weld's a big one. The leather uppers and vamp and all, counter, whatever, the uppers themselves are by Seidel instead of Horween, because a lot of the other ones you'll see, the regular MPs, they're all either wax flesh or chrome excel, which is Horween. This is the toe cap version. There is a plain toe version as well, but I really like the toe cap, especially for this boot. Okay, so our eyelets are the like nickel or stainless or whatever the hell I think they're just called nickel, right? Which I guess works with this. I mean, antique would have looked, any of them would have looked good. Actually, I'm kind of glad they're this. I think I'd rather this than brass. I'm not sure. But it's whatever. So you see the single stitch, because that's what this is, a single stitch. The MPs generally are. The other main difference about this boot, besides the actual leather material and the way it's put together, is the last itself. This is the 50-50 last. So there's the 55 last, the MP last, and then this is kind of a combination of both. So it has the arch support of a 50-50, but the slim silhouette, see, it's a very narrow, long shape here. That's more in line with the traditional MP last. So they basically, you know, combine them both to get this. There's one other boot that White's does. There may be more, but the other common boot that has this last, this 50-50 last, is the Stevens boot that they do, which is more of a dress boot. The leather on the Stevens, it's a little bit thinner of a boot, and I believe it's more like a one-piece backstay rather than having this wrapping counter here. Yeah, so that's pretty much that. You can see how, I guess because it's a half sole, you got like that. I guess this is a double, or I mean, it's noticeably different and thicker, tougher to bend too, than this. So here's my White's 55 last, this 350 cutter, and if we can, you know, take a look at what's going on here opposed to here, you can see there's clearly two separate pieces in that area, whereas otherwise they're pretty much on par with each other. Yeah, so this heel looks pretty blocked. I feel like there still is maybe they just do this on all the boots. Even the block heels must, I guess they don't make them totally straight. You can see a little bit of it, dipping in just ever so slightly. But this has more of a woodsman to it rather than this. So this is the closest to a block heel that I've ever dealt with. Yeah, I mean, I really like it so far. This is an 8.5, whereas this is an 8. And the reason I got a bigger size is, well, one, this is pretty snug on me, so I could afford to go up. I mean, my Brannock is like 9.5. And knowing ahead of time that this is a very slim boot, like width-wise. Now, I have thin feet in general, but since my Brannock's 9.5, I mean, I can't push it too much. So, yeah, these are a little tight on me thus far, but they're not that bad to the point where, like, I could see it stretching pretty well for me. But yet the length is pretty long. Like, I definitely wouldn't need any longer of a boot, but I could have afforded a wider one. So, technically, I think the best thing for me would have been an 8E. I think that would have been good. Or even, no, I'd leave this the same. Oh, yeah, I think an 8E would have been my thing. You know that saying about size down and go up a width? Well, I think that holds true more for this boot than any other boot from White's, at least. Definitely this one because of how long and thin this particular shape is. Yeah, so the CMP. I like it. I mean, I like MPs. I really wanted like a British tan or, I don't know. I was on the fence between cinnamon wax, British tan, and black, or even brown chrome excel. But these being cheaper, and this isn't really my... At one point, this was my, like, end game kind of boot. Holy Grail type boot, but that's since changed. I mean, I think the thing I'm most interested in would be a bounty hunter with an ornament toe, 7 or 8 inch upper, natural chrome excel probably. A made-to-order boot, you know what I mean, would be cool with maybe like a black counter, or do the opposite, anything to kind of have the contrast of that. Double stitch would be ideal. Half sole V-bar or commando, something like that would be my idea of a Grail boot. But I did want to try the MP out because I still really like it, and just to have the 4-row toe cap I thought would be cool. The MPs all have like a structured or semi-structured toe. I mean, you can technically get them without, but this is a stock model. This was in stock. Excuse me. When I ordered this, I didn't have to wait for it to be made. You can go on White's website and just test them out. Test to see if they have things in stock. Try to add it to your cart. If it adds to your cart, they have it, and you can buy it right then and there and have it shipped immediately. If they don't, a screen will come up that says it's back ordered. You may have to wait 10 to 12 weeks or something for it to be made. So that's how you could tell. And you just got to check around, look around, see what's available. As far as I know, they still have some available in stock. So even though most of them are not in stock, some of them you may get lucky. So it's worth a shot to look if you really want one. And yeah, so $6.25. I figured this way I still get to try it without having to buy a used one. And yeah, this way I was just really curious about double shot. I seen an interview with Seidel in Rosanville about double shot, and that it's comparable to Chrome Excel. So the other main reason I wanted to get this besides the price difference, is I thought it would be interesting to try this 50/50 last, because I know the MP is supposed to have arch support to some extent, but nothing like this. So this way I get the best of both worlds. I get to try the MP last in the way, the modified Barry last or whatever. That was so technically an Alden last. But I also get to retain the arch support that I'm starting to become accustomed to and really like. So yeah, I'll have to break these in a bit, stretch them a little. May have to further condition them just to get them where I want them. But yeah, I thought I'd show them off. It would be nice if I could show you some more of the quality control stuff. Like, see that sticking up? There's a few spots on these where I don't know why they didn't get this sanded down a little bit, or they just left this up. I'll probably use, like, because it's going to bother me, I'm going to use like an X-Acto knife and chop some of this shit off. I mean, I like when the stitch down is completely, like, the black would be coming out on the other side as well. You see Franks, JKs, and Vibergs, they often let the vamp extend to the very edge, which I like. Like how it would be here, but without grinding the shit. I don't know why they do that even. Should just leave it alone. But yeah, pretty cool. So I'll get to wearing them. I mean, I considered even returning them for a half a second because I wasn't positive on the sizing, whether it would really break in for me. And like I said, British Tan, they had that up a size. So I was tempted, but I'm going to stick with the black and not get a black Bounty Hunter anymore. This will be my black boot. So yeah, it just, you know, other than that, would need like a natural and a brown boot, and I'm pretty set. I have a pair of Vibergs on the way, 2030s, and just picked up some Alden wingtip Cordovan boots. These are the Color 8 Cordovan Dalton boot by Allen Edmonds. So yeah, this is Horween Cordovan. Actually came with little shoe trees, which is cool. Wingtip is like a love it or hate it thing. I'm not that crazy about it. I probably would have rather had a plain toe. But it's kind of neat. I was just, you know, looking at either trying a pair of Aldens or Allen Edmonds, and this is just what came up the cheapest. I mean, it was basically brand new for $300, and I think they're normally like I don't know, between like $700 and $900, something like that, for the Cordovan ones. So the sole's different on this. I mean, I've seen both. I've seen the Cordovan ones come with like the Cordovan, the Horween branding and stuff, which would have been neat. And then I've also seen the Cordovan ones come without it. So you got to be careful, because some of the Daltons look like Cordovan, but they're not. So you got to really be careful what you're buying. Usually the price will dictate it. I mean, Cordovan is a lot more expensive than the regular ones, because this is cowhide. This is horsehide. That's like the inner layer of horsehide. Horse butt, yeah. I mean, so there's not that much of it to go around. You can only make so much material out of a horse's ass, and it takes like 9 months or something for them to tan Cordovan. So it takes a lot of time to make it to begin with. And it's a very interesting material. It's very durable and has a nice shine to it, just all on its own. So maybe I'll do another video solely on these after I wear them some more, but they fit really good. I went true to size, just about true to size anyway. This is a 9, and the 9 fits really good, actually. It's really comfortable. Leather lined inside. I mean, I'm not a dressy person. I don't really get, I'm not that into dress wear and dress boots, but I did want to have something, you know what I mean? And definitely was curious about Cordovan to begin with, so this kind of fills the void for that. So all right, that was the MP and a little bit of the Dalton, or the CMP. I don't think there's any videos at all on the CMP, and that's why I thought it would be a good idea to talk about it, because it's a relatively new design, a new thing that they're doing, this 55 last, or 50-50 last with the stitch down construction rather than the hand sewn stitch down. So I'm sure there's a lot of people curious about it, and double shot. So yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of scuffs and stuff, nothing crazy. Luckily it's black, so I mean it doesn't come up that much, but you can see a little there. And I thought I seen something more on the toe. Yeah, the toe's got a little bit of scuffage. I mean, I always thought that, these shoemakers, bootmakers covered them. They bagged all the uppers so they don't get damaged, but I don't know. So, White's is just a little rough with their shit, so it's kind of unfortunate. I mean, I wish White's did their QC super clean. I at least for a boot like this. Like, this is not a work boot. No one's gonna wear this as a work boot. It just wouldn't make any sense. I mean, a smoke jumper, okay. Rush it together, make it rough. It don't gotta look pretty. But something like this, and like a Stevens, no one's getting them for working. So they should approach them differently when it comes to handling them and the quality control. That's just my opinion. I mean, for the price that they are, people want shit to look nice, at least out of the box. So if it means, like, I mean, they already take so damn long to make the damn boots, may as well, not rush certain things and make sure they come out looking pretty, you know what I mean? Like I said, I got Vibers on the way. I hear they really take their time with it, and a lot of the bespoke Indonesian type guys and like Roll Club, and I don't know anything about them. A little bit. I'm learning about Roll Club, but they're out of my price league, and I hear they're hard to get too. So interesting to learn about nonetheless. But if Whites could just take that approach, I think it would go a long way. But yeah, I'll stop rambling and I'll give you an update on these later on, maybe in a few months, and let you know how they're doing. All right. Until next time, I'll see you again. Bye.